For centuries, people have looked up at the sky in awe and terror as flashes of lightning illuminated the stormy heavens. Now imagine if we could control that raw natural power for our own purposes. What if humans could control lightning? When it comes to raw destructive power, few natural phenomena match lightning. A single bolt of lightning can reach 1 billion volts, enough to power a household for several days. It's no wonder then that throughout history, people have attributed all sorts of powers and meanings to these celestial bolts. But what if we could harness this immense power, not just to understand it better, but to put it to use for our own ends? The idea might seem like science fiction, but scientists are already working on ways to control and even harvest lightning. And the potential applications are staggering. From clean energy to superweapons, the ability to control lightning could change the world as we know it. Or it could spell disaster. Before we can talk about controlling lightning, we need to get a sense of the truly staggering forces at play. A typical lightning strike carries around 300 million volts of electricity. To put that into context, the average household uses less than 100 volts. That means a single bolt of lightning has the potential to deliver 3 billion times more electrical power than your home. At the same time, lightning strikes are among the fastest phenomena in the universe, reaching speeds of up to 220,000 miles per second. For reference, that's nearly 1/5 the speed of light. These bolts of electricity heat the air around them to temperatures of up to 50,000 degrees Fahrenheit, 5 times hotter than the surface of the sun. Given these mind-boggling figures, it's hard to believe that anyone would want to mess with lightning, let alone try to control it. But the potential benefits are simply too great to ignore. According to the World Meteorological Organization, lightning strikes hit Earth about 100 times every second. That translates to around 4 million strikes every year. Although most of these strikes occur over water or unpopulated areas, about 10% hit populated regions, causing around 4,000 deaths and $20 billion in property damage annually. But what if we could turn this destructive force into a beneficial one? One promising avenue of research involves using lightning to generate clean energy. As we've seen, lightning strikes contain enormous amounts of electrical power. If we could capture just a fraction of that energy, we could potentially power homes, cities, and even countries. Some researchers have proposed building devices that could trigger lightning strikes in a controlled environment, such as a large open area or an ocean. This would allow us to safely harness the energy of lightning for our own purposes. Other scientists are exploring ways to improve existing lightning rods, which are designed to protect structures like buildings and power lines from lightning damage. By making lightning rods more efficient, we could reduce the number of fires, power outages, and other problems caused by lightning strikes. But perhaps the most exciting potential application of controlled lightning is in the realm of weather modification. As we've seen, lightning is a key component of thunderstorms, which are themselves a major cause of severe weather events like hurricanes and tornadoes. If we could control lightning, we might also be able to control the weather to some extent. This could mean reducing the severity of storms, increasing rainfall in dry areas, or even triggering snow in order to make winter more reliable for things like skiing. While these ideas may sound like the stuff of comic book villains, they're actually being taken seriously by some of the world's leading scientists. One recent study published in the journal Nature showed that researchers had successfully triggered lightning in a laboratory setting. By controlling the conditions inside a cloud chamber, they were able to create the perfect environment for lightning to form and then manipulate the bolts themselves using high-voltage electrodes. While this was just a proof-of-concept experiment, it showed that manipulating lightning isn't just a pipe dream. With further research, we may one day be able to control lightning in the real world. There are plenty of other potential applications that scientists are considering as well. For example, controlled lightning could potentially be used to remove pollutants from the atmosphere, or even to create artificial auroras for the entertainment of those living in dark regions of the world. The possibilities are really quite endless. But before we go too far, it's important to remember that lightning is one of nature's most violent forces. Even small changes to the way it behaves could have major consequences. For example, If we start triggering lightning in an attempt to control the weather, we could end up creating more storms instead of fewer. Or if we try to build devices to harness the power of lightning, we could end up creating dangerous new hazards. There are also ethical considerations to think about. Should we be messing with nature's delicate balance at all? And who would have control over this kind of powerful technology? These are important questions that will need to be answered as we move forward. Despite the risks, though, the potential benefits of controlling lightning are simply too great to ignore. Just consider the current state of the world. We're facing a global energy crisis, and the effects of climate change are becoming more severe every year. If lightning could help us address either of these problems, it would be a game changer. In terms of energy, lightning could provide a virtually unlimited supply of clean power. Unlike fossil fuels, lightning doesn't produce any greenhouse gases or other pollutants. This could help us reduce our carbon footprint and slow down the global climate crisis. Lightning could also help us address another major challenge: water scarcity. As we've seen, lightning is a major cause of wildfires, which can devastate forests and leave behind dry, barren land. But lightning can also provide a much-needed source of water in dry areas. When lightning strikes the ground, it can create massive steam explosions that shoot water hundreds of feet into the air. This could potentially be used to irrigate crops or replenish depleted groundwater supplies. In areas where water is scarce, lightning could be a literal lifesaver. In addition to its practical applications, controlling lightning could also give us a new way to interact with the world around us. Imagine a world where we could call down lightning at will, where we could use lightning as a form of communication or even as a weapon. It might sound like a fantasy, but it's actually a real possibility. Scientists have already developed devices that can detect when a lightning strike is about to occur. They've also developed ways to trigger lightning strikes using lasers or ball lightning. With further research, we could develop systems that can detect, trigger, and even control lightning bolts. This could give us all kinds of new abilities. For example, we could use lightning as a form of communication by sending coded messages using lightning flashes. We could also use lightning as a weapon, either by triggering lightning strikes on our enemies or by developing devices that generate miniature lightning bolts on demand. This could revolutionize warfare and give us a whole new set of tools for protecting ourselves. Of course, these are just a few of the many potential applications of controlled lightning. As we continue to explore this phenomenon, we're sure to find even more uses for it. The bottom line is that controlling lightning could change the world as we know it. It could help us solve some of humanity's biggest challenges, or it could lead to new dangers and disasters. Only time will tell how this technology will develop and what kind of impact it will have on our lives. What do you think? Is controlling lightning a good idea, or are the risks too great? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more amazing videos. Thanks for watching. See you next time.